Greetings, fellow watchers and racers. Welcome back to the channel. We've got a replay, and I ran into a really bad driver. Really bad driver. Some of you may have already seen this race because it happened today, of which I'm recording this video, and that particular day would be 6/8/2022. It's Daily Race B, and let's go take a look. We're gonna let's watch this drive. We're gonna see some good driving and some really bad driving. So what do you say we get started, shall we? All right, here we go. Let's see. We got our display info here up here. We got. Let's see, what do we got? Boom. Nando, Big D, B055, Pyro, Vinhamus, A Sanchez, Fernandez, Troy, Tencho, Pons, Fat Boy Senate, Fat Boy's in it, Scotty Skis, WRL Podium 13 on the YouTube channel. Just start from the back. Maropa and Ducati Rock. So we're gonna ride along with your host, WRL Podium 13, and we can see ourselves getting ourselves a really good look right here. This is a really good looking replay. And there's your host. So let's ride along on the inside. We're gonna ride from here. Check out this particular view right here. As we're coming up, we're in 13th spot. We're doing pretty good. As we can see, we can take a look on the inside of some of the other cars and see what they look like. We got your guy Nando at the front, and then we're looking on the inside of Big D. Another car, lots of those guys shifting, and then we go back down to where your host is, and I am in 13th spot. So let's shift here and ride along. Watch as I'm fighting Big Scotty Kiss in the 155. We're doing so good so far, so we'll ride along. Big BDR, that's BDR Scotty Kiss. We're coming down here through the chicane. I was having some trouble timing it, but this was actually done pretty good. So we got some pretty good driving going on right here. Nice little move to the outside. Trying to dive over the inside, cut around the bomb with the tag on over there, and then we dive down onto the inside. We get pretty close to Fat Boy, and it almost looks like his name says something else, but it doesn't. And then we got Pons from Ponzi Scheme up there in 9th spot, and there's your host, still riding, doing pretty good, coming down here through this particular section, which gives me trouble also. But as you can see, I kind of tapped this guy and didn't get on the brakes so well, and that wasn't really so good on my end. You know, that wasn't really so good on my end. But what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the display off and just go with the names to make it look a little better here. Now, here we go. We're trailing behind Big Scotty Kiss, and we're still doing all right. We're going to dive it down on the inside because he kind of leaves the hole open, but then he goes off, and as you can see, he slides over there. I'm on the inside. We're able to get around the turn. Now we got Tencho, the Argentinian, if I'm not mistaken. That is the Argentinian flag. And these guys are battling right here, so I'm trying to get up there where they are. I really am trying to get up where they are. And we got, it's that BDR. BDR still behind us. He's having a little trouble. Yeah, Scotty Skis having a little trouble behind us, but we got these guys up there battling. And as you can see, I'm trying to get up there where they are. You know, because they are battling. We're back on the inside. As you can see, I want to get up there. Now, Pons is going off in the grass, but I went off in the grass too. And I almost lost it a little bit there, but I was able to keep it together. And we're coming down here through the chicane again. As you can see, the cars up ahead, they have messed up a little bit. One car, Troy, goes to spinning. And here I am trying to make some moves on the outside. We're able to get around on the outside of that car. So we got some really good driving going on here, at least from the host's perspective. As we're diving here down and coming down to the hairpin, I dive way on the inside, and I decided to go ahead and make a move, get up on the brakes, cut it down over here to the left, going on over here to shoot up behind. Oh, but I didn't necessarily see that guy over to the right there. I didn't see Pons over there to the right in the GTR. So as we back up and come over here to the chase cam view, we see the Brazilian goes flying off, and then we got B055 right there, who somehow went off the grass and over into the wall. I get over here, dive it down on the inside. We see Fat Boy and Pons up there behind. Pons is in the GTR. Fat Boy is up there in the WRX. I get a nice little run on Pons. We kind of do a little side swipe, side travel like that. It almost looked like he was trying to spin me out. I won't say that's exactly what he was trying to do, but he's got the inside right there, or at least he's going to try it for the inside because I kind of leave the door open, but he doesn't go down up in there because that doesn't break as well. But he's catching up on me, as you can see, and it's like some pretty good racing. Now somehow I got myself a .5er. We could go back and try to find out where it is, but we don't worry about it. We just gonna let the race keep on going. But we got ourselves some really good racing going on. We got Punch behind us in the GTR, and we've got Fat Boy in front of us in this bright, dazzling, what do you call that, Muhammad? I dived it down in there. I dived that down in there. Maybe we should go back in 10 seconds and let you make the judgment of what you think, how that was. Let's take a look at that again from this particular. I decided to go down inside of the move. Now, do you think that was a bad move on my part? You'd have to make the decision on your own mind if you think that was a bad move. But I cleared it right there, and I decided to go ahead and keep on going. But I'm in a vulnerable position, so let's look at the back. As you can see, he's going to dive it down to the inside, but he backed it off, and we make it through the chicane pretty well. Fat Boy's still behind me, and we're still going. So now I'm coming up the hill. I still got to serve my penalty. I decided to keep on going because you never know what's going to happen behind you, and I decided that I wanted to try to keep on going to maybe, just maybe, try to see if I can build up a lead. But I wasn't really going to get away from these guys, but I also wasn't going to back off either. I'm pulling over to the right. All right, so now getting back down here. This particular section always gives me trouble, but I was able to make it through, get through there pretty good, and we built ourselves up a little bit of lead. As you can see, the GTR goes off back there. I forgot who that was. So now here we go, coming down with the right-hander, hard right turn, get up on the gas and go right. Now, it looks like we're within striking distance of the guys up in front, but I don't know. I don't know. But as you can see, it looks like somebody had to serve a penalty, and I also had to serve my penalty. So Fat Boy's coming up, dives down on the inside, and I actually remember this little part here because I was wondering what exactly was going to happen. So I opened up the door, went way wider than I wanted to, but I was able to get a nice little run. But unfortunately, I did that, and I kept going. I didn't stop because and as you can see, now let's go back. That's Fat Boy wasn't happy. Fast forward that back. We're going to watch that. Let's go up to Fat Boy's perspective and watch that from his perspective to see what was going on. I dive in and hit him. I can't really blame him for being mad, so what did he do? He hit me back and basically took us, basically made us both have troubles. I tried to get back up on him, go over to the outside, and then I get hit in the back by Tencho. So now we're about to see some really bad driving. There's Venomous. Venomous has caught us, and I'm going to try to get back into it. I really try to get back into it here. So let's go inside. As you can see, we got some damage on the car. So I go back in the cockpit. You can watch this from here. We're behind Venomous. We got Fat Boy. So now I'm concerned about Fat Boy, And here we go, down through. I decided to drop down in here, try to see if I can outbrake it, but I'm coming kind of fast. And as you can see, they had to brake a little bit here. So here we go back up into Fat Boy. And Fat Boy is naturally going to think that I'm trying to get back on him. As you can see, his car is damaged too on the left rear. Here we go. I'm going to try to dive it down into it, but I tried to cut back over. Now then, I dove from way down in there. We're going to have to go back and look at that again. Let's look at that from the chase cam view and let you make a decision about whether that was a bad move on my head. I dove it way down in there. That was just a straight up dive bomb on my end. But again, I kept going. So let's see what happens behind us. Let's see. We're coming down through this particular section. We cut it over. Fat Boy. And then I go off in the grass, which serves me right, actually. Which actually serves me well. Serves me right, considering that I hit that big old dive bomb in here. And I cut it to the right. Trying to see what Fat Boy's going to do. And as you can see, I go wide. And basically hit Fat Boy again. But I go over here because I think I got, at this point, I got a 4-second penalty. It doesn't show up, but we got ourselves a 4-second penalty, so we just basically start dropping and start dropping and start dropping. And at this point, let's go ahead and move and see. Let's turn the race info on and see where we are. We're on the final lap. Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's ride with your host. We're going to try to see if we can get some more spaces and not completely finish last, which of course we're not last. But as you can see, we're back here with this guy who went off on the track earlier, but I had a 4-second penalty because I basically hit somebody on the track. And so now we're just right here behind Brazilian, going down the long left-hander. We basically try to stick with these guys because we want to try to see if we can get up there and battle them. Coming up behind the Brazilian, I want to try to make a move on him. As you can see, he's pushing me over. So I back off, let him go. He hits Troy. Then I get up in there and try to see if I can squeeze through and get around him. I tried to dive to the outside, but I kind of figured the way he was driving, he was going to basically do the same thing again. I cut to the inside, right, and then I dive back over here to try to see if I can dive it on him. And that's exactly what I do. But we'll see what happens. Boom! He just completely turns me around. And me, I just basically just start having fun at this point. I basically just start having fun. As you can see, there I am. I figured I just kept spinning around because after that move, I mean, come on. Let's go back and see that again. We're going to watch this move again. Watch it from the chase cam. I went to the right and then I wanted to get over here and to see if I can outbrake him, cut up in through there. And I got around him, but as you can see, boom. He totally just took me out. Totally took me out. So I basically just sit there and just spin. And then I finally start getting going again. Y2, podium 13. As we going around, try to see if we can finish the lap. I don't even know if I actually finished the lap at this point. But I basically just go ahead and come on down through 50R. Try to see if we can come in, get around the right-hander, make our way up through it, and see if we can finally go and cross the line, get on down and finish this race. But as you can see, we had some really good driving, but then there was also some really bad driving. On your host's part, yeah, I was doing some dive bomb. I was in get out of my way mode, and I was just going for it. But there it is, your host, WRL Podium 13, and what else can you do but say, whatever judgment you guys make after watching this video, I accept full responsibility for what I did, but it was still fun. Although I do think I ticked some people off. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. This is WRL Podium 13. I'm out. See y'all later. Next video.